Okay, today we'll be starting the Others faction bond conversations. I'm not gonna do them all in one video like I did for the Shu ones, because there's more of them and there's multiple characters with more than 3 conversations, so...
Well, well, quite unexpected, running into you here of all places. Our fates must truly be linked, you and the great Chen Gong.
I love how he says Gong. It amuses me. It doesn't really make me laugh, but it does amuse me.
No, I know so. I've been vying for a thorough discussion with you for some time now. I've actually taken quite an interest in you. You move wherever the wind takes you, without being beholden to one specific lord. You were once part of an organization devoted to restoring peace in the realm, a survivor of the fallen. How much indeed? That's about the extent of what I've learned about you. Pursuing stability, relying on the abilities of others, living a carefree, unobserved life, slowly growing old. A life where no one learns your name or what you have accomplished, where you just exist until you're no more. Your way of life is totally different, though, and that fascinates me. In this way, I too am a person who hopes to use my abilities to make a name for myself. Meeting Lord Zhao Cang was truly excellent, but I don't want to live reliant on the abilities of others. I believe we are not too dissimilar, you and I. That's a natural response. Still, I only said as much to gain your favor. There's no other reason. On the one hand, there are those who yearn for such a lifestyle. On the other, there are those who naturally throw themselves into it. They seem similar, but are fundamentally different. It is precisely for that reason that I believe we can form deep bonds together. I look forward to deepening this relationship. I hope you feel the same. Aha, and so we meet again. Our fates truly are linked, it seems. But once I lay eyes on you, my mind begins to race with conflicting thoughts. How about it? I'll tell you about how I left Cao Cao's side and became Lord Luibu's strategist. Whether you are an ally or foe, I respect you, and so I'd be grateful if you would listen to my tale.
Yeah, I don't think it matters how much time I put into this game. I don't think I'll ever get used to Lu Bu being pronounced Louis Bu.
Why, you ask? Surely, you have something of an approximation already. Cao Cao is a great man, it cannot be denied. Truly one with the ability to realize his ambitions. And the subordinates he selects also possess incredible talent and wisdom. For many, there is no cause for dissatisfaction whatsoever. Under his leadership, unification of the land is a likely reality. And I have no doubt that his achievements will last far into the future. Cao Cao is a man who will accomplish supremacy through his own merit. It would be so simple and altogether too boring.
I forgot about this conversation, and it's kind of interesting because if I remember correctly, in the previous games, Chen Gong left Cao Cao because he started doubting his abilities after he failed to, I think it was, assassinate Zhuo. So this is kind of interesting to say he basically left because it would be too boring serving under Cao Cao.
I dream of carving my name into history myself through my own abilities. It's fine if you're not convinced. I'm aware that I've taken quite the liberty here. Do I end up as a renowned officer that used all his knowledge to outwit Cao Cao? Or a fool who clumsily fails? In either case, the name Chen Gong will be known to the world and etched into the annals of history. That being said, I have no intention of accepting defeat. With my mind and Lord Lui Bu's prowess, we are certain to obtain supremacy. What say you? Ride with us and leave your mark on this age. Well, it matters not. It seems that we have already chosen different paths. Those born into times of great struggle care only to live and die without the burden of regret. Watch closely, and you will see how grand my story is in the end. Well, well. Good fortune has brought us together once more. I never thought we would see each other alive again. Perhaps it is true that fate has tied our paths together. Do not think about our circumstances too deeply. Our friendship is in the past. However strong that bond was, the man standing before you is simply another enemy. No. Cao Cao will soon launch his attack to defeat Lord Lui Bu and I was somewhat surprised at Lord Lui Bu's decision to make our stand at Sha Pei. But it is my duty to adapt our strategy to any and all circumstances. This is a battle that either side could win. Do you understand what that means? Yes. Yes, I knew you would. You have accurately perceived my resolve. Whatever happens on the battlefield, only one side can be victorious. Which means this is likely our last chance at friendly conversation. But you will never forget Chen Gong. You will remember me for as long as you cling to life. Of this, I am certain. And the reverse is also true. Your memory will live on, deep in the bottom of my heart. We will each serve as witness to the life of the other. What a feeling! I can hardly contain it. Yes, I am sure you feel it too. It took some time, but I think my influence has finally started to rub off on you. We have spoken openly and gazed into each other's hearts. Now we will have nothing to regret. We will next meet at Sha-Pei. Which one of our ways of life will win out in the end? It shall be a battle for the ages.
I see. So the news has already made its way through the city. I've just received word from Lord He Jin in the capital. It seems that the rumors of the Emperor's death are in fact true.
The world is still in disarray. The death of the Emperor will only make things worse.
Lord He Jin's letter also included an invitation for me to join him in the capital. I suspect that he may take this opportunity to eliminate all of the attendants in the capital at once. I knew from the beginning that it would come to this. I have exchanged countless letters with the Grand General to make sure we wouldn't miss this opportunity.
Lord He Jin is the older brother of the Empress. It wouldn't be wrong to call him the leader of the consort clan. He wants to rid the world of the attendants as much as we do. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, as they say.
But if the Grand General has already taken action, then the attendants will be making moves of their own. In any case, I must hurry to Luoyang at once. Diaochan, I will need your protection.
Yes, Father. Just the person I wanted to see. I have a very big favor to ask of you. Will you help me? Yes. I need you to do something for me. I've never asked anyone to do something like this before. It's making me a little nervous. The truth is, my father came to me and said that I should take a little walk around town. But I've never really just walked the streets before without a destination. So I have no idea where to go or what to do. It would mean so much to me if you could walk with me here in town. Just for today. I can't thank you enough. All right, let's get going, shall we? Thank you so much for coming with me today. Is it just my imagination, or are you new to this kind of thing as well? I had a feeling we were both a little lost out there. But I think that may have ended up being what made our time together so much fun. As long as I have this memory, I'll I'll be able to go on fighting forever, no matter what hardship might come my way. I would like to be able to go for another walk with you sometime. I hope with all my heart that such a day will come.
So I mentioned when I started this series that the bond conversations were somewhat difficult to unlock, and that was true when I did it because there weren't really guides out. I did it pretty early on in the games, pretty soon after it released, so there weren't a lot of guides out and stuff, but now it's a lot easier now that there's guides out and stuff.
Is this a dream? The one I've wanted to see for so long is right here, in front of me. Still, the reality of this hits me harder than I ever could have imagined. You shouldn't even be here, but I'm glad you are. I really wanted to see you. Honest? It's really you? If so, I fear I have no right to show my face to you. I just received Father's letter as well. It would seem he arranged for agents to deliver them to us from the shadows when the time was right. Even so, he gave no exact date. Just that we should meet beneath flowers in full bloom. As you are now, you walk in the light. Someone like me is in no position to associate with you. That is why I decided not to interact with you. Yet, I have ended up meeting you here in the dead of night. Could you find it in your heart to forgive me, despite my shame? A meeting like this, beneath the stars, may never happen again. So I had best make the most of this opportunity. After he defeated Dongzhuo, Father fell to the blade of an assassin hired by Li Shui's faction. Although he said I was just a tool for him, I lost the man who loved me like a real daughter. So too did I lose the need to dance in the darkness for Father's ambitions. I could have taken up with Li Bu, but that was not an option. For you see, there was no room in my heart for anyone but you.
Yeah, I mentioned it in the shoe conversation video, but I really don't like stuff like this, like how prevalent it is in this game.
Were I by your side, the path of light you began to tread would have been stained with darkness. That is how deep the rot runs within me. Your existence is much like this starlight, gently illuminating me in the darkness. A fleeting light that vanishes come daybreak. I shall etch that radiance into my heart, and no matter how hard life becomes, I shall wait for the next morning to come. You exist in a place beyond my reach.
I don't like either of these responses.
Really? Are you sure? To be completely honest, I have yet to sort out my feelings. Still, I can say this much. If the day comes where we can meet beneath flowers in full bloom once again, I suspect I may be a bit more receptive to your invitation. Until that day comes, be well, my beloved.
There you are. Another victory under your belt. The Yellow Turbans are just starved dogs. They'll prostrate themselves before the might of the Imperial Court. If they truly want to save themselves, they'll need to acquire enough power to devour even the heavens. To tell you the truth, your abilities caught my eye. So much so that I specifically set out to speak with you. Now then, you fight as an unmarked warrior, do you not? Why are you without an official position? And to what purpose do you apply your abilities? Not knowing yourself. What a curious thing to say. Still, using your abilities for your own ends is an entirely respectable thing to do. For the land, for the Han Dynasty, for the Lord they serve, those seeking power have a bad habit of aligning themselves with some great cause. But in the end, people operate for their own ambitions. Look at the Yellow Turbans. They rose from the bloodshed in a time of desperation, and then devoured the weak in turn. Those same Yellow Turbans will be decimated by the Han. Devouring the weak for our own aims. It's simply what humans do. That's precisely why it's power that determines our fates. If you're strong, you live. If you're weak, you perish. Even among the strong, you stand taller still. I have no doubt you are capable of determining your own path in life. But one also mustn't forget their superiors. You best take care, lest you wind up as prey yourself. Had the Yellow Turban rebels gained a little more power, their story would be different. Being devoured in an instant by the very same Han that caused them to starve. One beast struggling as it's devoured by another on the verge of death. Quite a boring story once you get down to it. I'm rather loose-lipped today. We're done speaking. Be gone.
I like that. I've talked too much. Go away.
So, it was you that caught my eye out on the battlefield. No surprise there. You fought well. Enjoy your praise from the great Dong Zhuo. How do you find the winds in Liang province? There's a greater chill to them than in the Central Plains. A frontier region, far removed from the cities. Even the Imperial Court's authority doesn't reach here. Its people simply live as they wish, without a care for the state. It's been the site of countless uprisings. Yet, I prefer being posted here. The geography and climate are harsh, and so the people here seek the power to devour others, and to avoid being devoured themselves. Though the weak masses may also devour the strong. The fallen become sustenance. That is the essence of life. Do you not think it more agreeable than stagnating in some boring administrative post? I'm surprised to hear that from you. Indeed, it is. But falling into stagnation is the same as death. The capital has become stagnant. There's no understandable battle of strength, just deception and cheating. It's not life. It's a slow death, and I detest it. The Chang tribe and Yellow Turban rebels are both just struggling to survive. But these people in the capital, they haven't even realized that they're already dead. The kingdom of death, where the deceased stride around devouring the living. That's the reality of the Han Dynasty. If that is the case... This conversation's gone on too long. Off with you. Well, I did not think I would hear your name here. An impressive display, as always. I'd like to recognize your achievements yet again. So, have you seen the state of the capital? No one can deny it at this point. The Han Dynasty is rotting from the inside. Do you understand what I must do now? Indeed. And I see that you too have learned how to utilize your own power. Decaying or not, the Han Dynasty has a long history, and the power and authority it has accumulated will not prove easy to seize.
Yeah, the Han Dynasty was actually one of the longest reigning Chinese dynasties ever. It was around for like 400 years or something like that.
And that is why I shall devour them completely. Will my actions lead to a world thriving on war, or one of chaos ruled by death? It's difficult to say. If something isn't done, however, the rot is sure to steadily spread. I refuse to accept that. What's more, I've obtained the power necessary to change that. So, how about it? Would you be interested in serving me? Even without your consent, I have ways of making use of you. Still, it's precisely because of that attitude that you have value. You shall be a wind that traverses Liang Province, submitting to no one and making the presence of the strong known. That wind carries with it the life I desire. It has been a true pleasure. Go now, move through the land, under your own freedom.
Alright, I'll do one more character. And that's Lu Bu.
It's you. I hardly expected to meet you in a place like this. Don't think I've forgotten your brazen behavior in the last battle. Why deny the truth? You certainly showed me something worthy of my attention. Clearly, you've got some pluck. Tenacious in mind and body, unlike the feeble fodder I usually encounter on the battlefield. Who in the world are you? Where did you achieve such strength? Well now, I sense no deceit in your eyes. I thought there was something odd about you. This certainly explains it. You've caught my attention, at the very least. If nothing else, you'd best remember this. Those who master strength stand above all and have the right to claim everything as their own. I am known throughout the world as the strongest. Everything under heaven is mine for the taking. And you are akin to the dirt between my fingertips. Do you grasp my meaning?
Not at all.
That's no skin off my nose. Still, if you end up in my sights, I'm sure I'll feel the need to take you down. Not that I would relish the undertaking. Besting you would be a troublesome task, indeed. I've said all I want to say. I'm leaving. Next we meet, try and show me strength that dominates all else. Go on, surprise me, if you can. So you've come. Hurry up and take a seat. Tales of your deeds have continued to reach my ears. However, I imagine other enemies hardly satisfy you after facing the strongest in combat. Are those words from the heart? I doubt you take much pleasure in testing your mettle against any old opponent. In my youth, the truth of the world was carved into my body. The weak are oppressed, and subject to all manner of degradation. Power was the only thing that changed me. I honed my skills and silenced my adversaries with brute force. Then I took to the battlefield and demonstrated my worth time and again. In short order, all who opposed me had vanished. The ones who remained extolled my martial prowess with abject devotion. Anyone can speak of morality and compassion, but these will never come to pass with mere rhetoric alone. Even the scoundrels and schemers desire the strength to triumph under any circumstance. Am I wrong? Here I expected an immediate rebuttal. I cannot comprehend you. How is it you've come face to face with death over and over, yet you side with those who are all talk? You should know that bravado and ambition rot with you in the earth when you leave this mortal coil. Those who would take to the battlefield shielded by the strong and perish as their hollow prattle fails them. The notion of a world filled with such rabble makes me sick. I will stand above all things and teach all the men and women of the world that might makes right. Quite kind. The one who knows both sides of the coin. Can you show me something more important than strength? Next we meet, do your best to change my way of thinking. You do provide me with a modicum of entertainment, after all. The dawn takes on an exceptional quality in your presence. I'll admit it. You possess a strength that rivals my own. So, too, do I admit that you've shaken my faith in the absolute nature of strength. You have cause to rejoice, for I recognize your existence. My skill in battle still exceeds your own, but all of your strength has brought us on even footing. I, who cared for naught but myself, found myself desiring you. Now that battle looms on the horizon, I will await the day you become mine, for now. But once I have claimed all under heaven, I swear I shall have you as well. Oh, that will only be the beginning. I am, if anything, a man of my word. Still, I am astonished to have found something I value more than strength. So, too, am I forced to consider the merit of your beliefs, given the impact of your deeds. That being said, I have no intention of changing. I simply mean to have you, who showed me this different possibility, for my own. If you possess some ability superior to strength, I will simply become stronger and keep that ability under my control by force. After all, they say the greatest joys are to be saved for last. No one but you has ever provoked such passion in me, and no one else ever shall. I'll have you take responsibility for that. With you around, life will never get boring, even after I've claimed this world. You'd better make it through all of this alive, for you are the only one who can offer me such amusement. If you were to die for some mundane reason, I'll drag you out of the grave myself, and don't you forget it.
Alright, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, today we'll be continuing my bond conversations, but I'm kind of confused because this others menu definitely wasn't like this the last time I recorded these. Don Ning wasn't there. Joshu I don't think was there. Xu Huang definitely wasn't. I believe Shu Shu was in Liu Bei's side. So I'm just kind of confused, but I'll try to not do any repeats. Okay, I think the first character I should do is Peng Tong.
Oh, meeting you here by mere chance. This certainly is a strange occurrence. And how has life been treating you these days? You being you, things must be going quite well, right? Oh, what a relief. I cannot stand pretentious modesty.
I don't know if they updated the game and adjusted it or what, but that others list was not like that last time I recorded.
But seeing you face to face tells me all I need to know. You are one of the more interesting characters around. You are no one, so you can yet be someone. You can be someone, and yet you are still no one.
I pulled up my video, my last video, so I can look at which characters I should be doing.
As good a question as any. What my words mean depends entirely on the choices before you. What I'm saying will become clear eventually. You'll get it sooner or later. I'll have my eye on you to see how you progress, too. The Shui Jing retreat is open for people like yourself, you know? You seem to be in rather high spirits. Oh, yes. Might you remember what I said to you before? You are no one, so you can yet be someone. And you can be someone, and yet you are still no one. Does that ring true to you?
Yeah, still pretty lost.
We're all lost before we find our way. Just thinking about it is progress enough. What you choose will, in turn, be who you become. That's what I wanted to say. Right now, you're figuring out the path you should take. It's plain to see on your face. The path you ought to take. Oh no, I'm afraid I was giving advice beyond my station. For what kind of person am I? What kind of person will I become? I have no right to speak of such things to others while I myself remain unsure. Well, it is a shameful thing. A further loss of face. Now you're the one encouraging me. Each time we interact, I walk away feeling energized anew. Now, I've no excuse to avoid putting my all into the matters ahead.
I should be doing Zhang Jiao's bond conversations in this video, and that'll be pretty interesting because I've only listened to them once, which was when I first unlocked them, so I don't remember them very well.
You've truly brought a storm upon my head this time, eh? Don't say you forgot. Remember the time you and a certain tactician visited my humble abode? Well, I admit, I don't mean to seriously admonish you. Rather, I'm actually quite thankful. You gave me the final push I needed to get my thoughts in order after being lost for a long time. I must confess, I've been perplexed by the issue for some time now. You're striving to become someone, whereas I haven't even been trying. I've just been existing in obscurity. I used to struggle greatly in communicating with others, and my hard work was constantly met with mockery. It was then that Master Shui Jing took me under his wing. I had begun seeing the world as unfairly obtuse, even when my efforts were finally recognized. I found the idea of choosing my own path burdensome, let alone actually walking it. It was thanks to you that I was able to reform my attitude, and for that, I am forever grateful. What are you saying? You came to me at the deepest point of my slump. What we give and receive determines our fates with one another. Master Shui Jing told me that. You hold so many bonds with different people and have discovered your own path. I think others see you as one who provides guidance. It may take different forms, but you have the gratitude of those around you. I know that to be true, as I'm one such person. I hope that we can stay close as we continue upon our own paths, the ones we've chosen for ourselves, without hesitation.
Okay, next is Yuan Shao.
Ah. Sit. Relax. No need to be shy. Now, about your splendid display on the battlefield.
I do like how, Yuan Shao is a bit more serious in this game than he was in previous games.
I've had my eye on you for a while now. You were most impressive in the recent battle against those bandits. Of course, it is the duty of a leader to watch over those who follow. As I said, I've been following your career with interest. And when someone such as me takes notice, well, let's just say you should be striving to be more than just a common soldier. You have excellent battle instincts, work well with comrades, and, plainly put, look as if you belong on the battlefield. I'd like to hear how you acquired these skills. You don't remember? Do you expect me to believe that? But then, you are not lying, are you? Very well, I shall ask no more. I remain curious, but I am content to let your results speak for themselves. So, what say you? Will you join the Yuan clan? You could go a long way with us. Ah, a person of principles, are we? Well, it is a shame, but I suppose if it is not destined to be. I have extended a most gracious invitation, but please, there's no need to feel any guilt for turning me down.
I feel like for some reason he's just trying to guilt me into a different decision.
It is merely my duty as a noble clansman to extend a hand of support to those who show great potential. I am sure that as long as you flourish on the battlefield, we will meet again. So, no hard feelings. I wish you good health and prosperity. We meet again. You were most impressive in the Battle of Diaochan. I wondered what had become of you after Wang Yun's death, and had not realized you had joined Kongsun Zan. Instead of entrusting yourself to me, you appeared as an enemy. Still, I can't claim to be surprised. I'm just glad to see you in good health. It's just unfortunate that we find ourselves on opposite sides. But you follow your own path. I see that. You are not my vassal, so the choices you make are your own. Whenever I see someone with a bright future, it is my habit to help them, even if I cannot persuade them to join me. As you should be. Tonight, I have prepared a splendid feast. Eat what you will, fill your belly, and prepare yourself for the morrow. One day I intend to rule over all of the land, and it behooves me to treat well those who gather under my roof. Otherwise, I will never win the hearts of the people. I am fortunate to have been born into one of the greatest clans of our time, and I will not succumb to the temptations of tyranny. In fact, I am so benevolent that I forgive certain fools who refuse invitations to become one of my people. If it weren't for my family's noble name, I might have dragged you into my service kicking and screaming.
I wish you had.
Then perhaps you should appear more forlorn. I won't have you trying to protect my pride in this roundabout way. If you care to know who I truly am, apart from my noble name, then be sure to always answer my summons. You speak your mind and do not put on airs. I find that refreshing. Now, my household staff will be putting the finishing touches on tonight's feast. I am a man of means. There are no obligations, just an invitation to enjoy some fine food. Let's go. Ah, I'm pleased to see you. Though it is the eve of battle, you appear as calm as always. Come, sit. Let us talk as friends. Now is not the time to stand on ceremony. Still, I am surprised to see you here. I sent the letter with little hope of a reply, let alone a personal visit. Indeed. I also wanted to see you again. I could not go myself, so I thank you for taking the risk to come here. Things could have been different between us. Here we are, forced to meet in secret like conspiring thieves. I regret not making you mine before parting ways with Cao Cao. But I only have myself to blame. I let pride get in the way. Once you agreed to serve Cao Cao, you would never leave him. Admirable, I suppose, but now it has come to this. I know you, through and through, thanks to that night we spent together.
I figured this last bond conversation would be before Guangdu.
Of course you do. Nor will either of us forget it, no matter what happens. Now, what to do tonight? Given the circumstances, I'm not able to extend my usual grand hospitality. But since you went to the trouble of sneaking in here, the least we can do is talk for a while. We'll forget about our situation for a while, and I'll tell you all there is left to tell, of Yuan Shao. Come, let's go somewhere more agreeable. I won't take no for an answer.
Okay, next should be Zhang Jiao.
Over here. It's been a while. You look well. Do you truly think so? I haven't seen you since you and the great bearded lord gave that corrupt government official a good kicking. To think, I'd run into you now. Oh, that's kind of you to say. I wonder if our fates are intertwined somehow.
I do like Zhang Jiao in this game a lot more than I liked him in the previous games.
The Yellow Turbans will soon launch an attack here. Could it be that you are here with the forces sent to suppress them? You mean as if by accident rather than intent? When I met you before, you struck me as someone who would extend a hand to help the weak. Not the sort who'd become a government pawn. Maybe you are trying to impress someone powerful. It is true that there are times in life when one must resort to relying on power for the sake of what is right. But wielding that power can change a man. Maybe that happened to you. But listen to me, Natter. I must go. But I'll see you again soon, I suspect. In turbulent times like these, men and women have to fight for what is necessary for their survival. I don't blame you for your choices. Perhaps you'll show me the same consideration the next time we meet. Fancy meeting you in a place like this. In such turbulent times, it's a strange thing to seek food for the mind rather than bread for the stomach. But then, who am I to talk, huh? That's right. You know I fight for the Yellow Turbans. Worry not, I won't be here long. So you fight with the volunteer forces. How is it that someone who once raised their fist at the Imperial Court is now a pawn of that same tyranny? That may well be so. Right now, I honestly don't know what the correct answer is. Brethren who swore to fight evil for the sake of a just future are now running amok beyond my control. And instead of trying to stop them, I skulk in shops looking for answers in books. Of course, I know there are no answers here. But what else can I do? Get back on that horse, in other words. Perhaps it was the hand of heaven that led me to this bookshop today. In your eyes, I fancy I see the sky reflected in the moments before dawn. This long darkness will end and the sun will rise again. I'd like to think so. If only I had someone like you by my side. Now this brings back memories. It hasn't changed a bit. Like a place frozen in time. Don't you think so? Now. You surely knew I'd be here. And why? I wonder how he is. The one who reminds me so of a great white phoenix. I came here in search of medicinal herbs, and in his noble generosity, he taught me the secrets of his art. He bid me to help those in need, and sent me out to bring the people a vision of a better world. Well, we both know how that worked out. Yes, but it's not the only reason. I wish to thank you. You spoke to me with encouragement when my brethren ran amok and I felt helpless to stop them. You inspired me to stand my ground and stop the others. Had that chaos continued, countless innocent lives would have been swept up in it. Just surviving in this world is a hard, painful task. And I, who hated that misery more than anything, was adding to it. No matter how many times we drag ourselves out of the pit of despair, we are doomed to fall back in. But even in such a world, I continue to fight for something better. Perhaps it is. I like it here. It would feel good to stop struggling for a while, rebuild my strength. As the great sage Zhang Jiao, I brought the people a dream of peace. And I'm not yet ready to relinquish it, even if it is against the will of the very heavens. Ah, guardian of peace, I'm glad you were the one sent to defeat me.
So are they trying to imply that whole conversation was just in his mind? Alright, Zhou Cang is next.
Wow, what do we have here? I know that face. I haven't been running around everywhere for nothing. My destiny is near.
And you are?
Hey now, don't tell me you forgot. We fought each other once, remember? And by my destiny, I didn't mean you. I meant the man that was with you. You know, the big one with the beard. You don't seem to get what I'm saying at all. Don't go anywhere. I'll spell it all out for you. My name is Zhou Cang. Remember me at all? I had a bit of a run-in with you two when I was fighting for the Yellow Turbans. Hey now, I don't need to learn that lesson twice. I'm on the straight and narrow now. Well, maybe not. But I am behaving myself a bit more. So, let me be direct with you. When we clashed in that battle, I also met my soulmate. You held your own just as well out there. But it was that strapping bearded gentleman there with you who truly mesmerized me. His dignified demeanor, his sincere personality, everything about him has captured my heart.
How do you know he has a sincere personality? All you did was fight him.
I have to see him again. Come on! You have to help me out! Yes! I knew I could count on you! So, you're pretty good friends, right? Then this shouldn't take long at all. Let's go meet him right...
I found the bandit! Call for reinforcements! Get him off the streets now!
Uh-oh. Looks like I've got company. I thought I'd lost him, too. Sorry, but I'm out of time for today. Some of the local officials still remember me from my days as a ruffian. Fret not, you'll be seeing me again. Don't forget what we talked about today.
Next time, I forbid you to rely on brute force alone. And no running around with your guard wide open to avoid attacks.
Zhou Cang, you have been blessed with a natural talent. That is why you must train diligently to unlock your true potential.
Yes, my lord. Got it. Lord Chao Yun. I'll be more diligent. That really took it out of me. Oh, it's you. So, you saw Lord Chao Yun and Lord Guan Yu reprimanding me just now, huh? He's now officially taken me under his wing. Though the novelty wore off in an instant. But, this was my first time learning to fight for real. After the Yellow Turbans were defeated, it took everything I had just to eke out a living as some second-rate bandit.
You know, I wasn't, a huge fan of the weapon that Zhou Cang had in Dynasty Warriors 9, but I think I liked him more with it than I like him with the, gauntlets.
I really had no idea how to handle a weapon or conduct myself as an officer. His lordship couldn't just leave me like that, so he told Lord Chao Yun to train me up. Well, yeah. Anyway, he's really demanding and shows me absolutely no mercy. But I really do get nervous around Lord Chao Yun. I remember when we first met, vividly. Do you know what happened? He thought I was a horse thief and chased me for what felt like forever.
Yeah, there's actually a cutscene for how that happens in Dynasty Warriors 9. I think it only triggers for Zhou Cang and Jiao Yun, though.
The way he looked at me then, I was sure he wouldn't stop until he killed me. I was ready to bid this world goodbye. Yeah, well, he did apologize in the end. He's truly a man of honor. But it was my fault for getting mixed up in the battle in the first place. Maybe that's why everything's so awkward now. It's pathetic how much I always hesitate. Well, whatever helps me earn Lord Guan Yu's respect. If I run away now, that'll be all I'm ever capable of. Oh yeah, you know what I heard about you? You've made it all this way on your own without anyone backing you up. So I take it that you must be like me then. You're just another bandit that left that life behind after his lordship won your heart, huh? We both started at the bottom, but his lordship already respects you that much? Amazing. It's fine, really. It's good to have someone like you around. Everyone needs a rival. But I'm not letting you have my place as his top underling without a fight. If you really want it, you're going to have to earn it. But anyway, I really want to show Lord Chao Yun what I can do next time. So let's get some training in. You ready? Number 2? are. Listen to this. Oh, you know? That's our number 2. Just now, Lord Guan Yu complimented me. He said that I'm starting to behave like a real officer. I might get promoted from a humble attendant to a lieutenant. All my hard work is finally paying off. And I was so excited that I've been just raring to tell you ever since. Right? I knew that you were the one to relish this moment with. So first I'll become Lord Guan Yu's lieutenant, then his trusted friend, and then one day he might even call me his partner. Just thinking about it is incredible. I'll be his number 1 guy until the day I die. I can't see myself serving any other leader. I work for his lordship alone. So that means that as long as I'm alive, I'll be by his side.
Well, that's certainly true.
Now, as Lord Guan Yu's number 1 underling, I have something to tell you, number 2. Just because you can't be number 1 doesn't mean you should quit in despair. I like your style so much that I think we would have made a great pair if fate had never brought his lordship and I together. So from now on, let's both run where we will. To the ends of the earth. Race you there!
Alright, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, today we'll be finishing up my Bond Conversation series. I'm not sure how long this video will be because I just have the Yuanhua Bond Conversations and then memories left.
Luan and He, the names of the legendary sacred birds. They are heralds, said to appear only when a great ruler emerges. Zhuo, Bai Luan, and Zi Luan. The 3 of you were given your names in the same place. You were raised together there, and you trained in the art of combat in that same place too. Even after losing all memory of such arts, they remain engraved within your body. You have been trained by a great teacher, Zi Luan, one of the best. My father, he taught me the secrets of medicine and healing. My father was a famous doctor, known far and wide. Some even called him a saint, imagine that. But he overworked himself to sustain that reputation. When he fell sick, for all his gifts, he was powerless to save himself. It is said that we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us, but I doubt I will ever climb that high. But now, here you are, Zi Luan and Zhuo, reunited. Words cannot express how much I envy you. A duty you would give your life to fulfill. To tell the truth, I've never understood that way of thinking. I mean, what good are you to your duty or anyone else if you end up dying? When he lived, my father was lauded as a saint. But now that he's gone, nobody so much as speaks his name. But I suppose we all have our own way of doing things. Who am I to say what the correct way is? Still, I wonder what Bai Luan was trying to achieve. The title, Guardian of Peace, sounds grand, sure. But what exactly do they do? Perhaps if you can untangle your past, you will find the answer.
These Yuanhua conversations are pretty short, so this video probably won't be very long.
Storm clouds are gathering, and the sky is growing dark. I always knew it wouldn't end with the village's destruction. Zi Luan, this is your last chance to turn back. This may sound strange coming from the one who set you on this path, but what awaits you is likely a past better left forgotten. I won't force you to do anything that you don't want to, least of all for my benefit. So your resolve remains unshaken. You are truly a strong man, Ziluan. Truth be told, sometimes I wonder if I've done the right thing. Perhaps it would have been better if your past had stayed forgotten. And yet, I couldn't help but try to achieve something my father never could. I thought that perhaps then I could finally claim to have surpassed my father, the man they called a saint. In the end, this has all been for my own selfish ends. Forgive me. Maybe it would have been better if you had never met me. Still, it's you who wants to confront your past. I set you on that course, and I cannot turn away from you now. This is my responsibility, and I will not abandon it. Zhuo entrusted you with her dream. She knew she would never be able to realize that dream. Yet she believed you would make it come to pass. Perhaps my father believed something similar. But Zhuo survived, and she appeared before you. Does that mean... No. It couldn't. Things are drawing to a close, Ziluan. And I will be at your side until the end.
Wow, that was it for that conversation? Okay.
You've gotten stronger, Ziluan. Strong enough to be out there as a guardian. But can you parry this? Sorry. I guess it was a little too early for that. But you really are getting better. Keep it up, and you'll get there soon enough.
Zhuo, why don't you take some time to train him in earnest? At this rate, you will only ever trail after Zhuo. Rote repetition will eventually spoil your natural talent.
Let me clarify what Bailuan is saying. He means that you're gifted, so you shouldn't give up.
You're impertinent. If you know he has talent, why aren't you training him more? He needs a serious teacher.
Well, Bailuan, if anyone is being impertinent, it would be you. Because I am serious. Ziluan was born outside the village, and yet he's able to use the abilities that we are trained for from birth. His eyes have abilities that ours do not. And that's why I'm preparing by having him face a powerful opponent. Me. After all, practice is the key to success. Ziluan, if you can master the abilities your eyes possess, you'll be able to not only match me, but defeat me. Exciting, right?
You sound as if you're hoping to be defeated. That is not exactly something I wish to hear from my bodyguard. I expect diligent efforts from you, Zhuo. All for the sake of peace in this realm.
Look at you, acting more and more like a village chief. We won't let you down, Bailuan. Right, Ziluan?
As long as you understand, Zhuo, Ziluan, Keep training. When I take my position as chief, you are the ones I will rely on. There you are. I'm surprised you haven't grown tired of this view yet. Do you like it that much? You know, no matter who you talk to, you never change. The others all treat me with deference, given that I'll be the next chief of the village. And I am responsible for repaying that respect by guiding and protecting them. I'm ready, and yet the weight that I must bear can be suffocating at times. I know the world is vast, and that I am not the only one with such responsibilities. But you're from the outside. You must know how isolated this place is. I heard there was another rebellion down south. Only one fate awaits those who oppose the Han. The leaders of these rebellions must be aware of this. How could they not be? But there is a reason they are so determined to act. Soon it will be our turn to play our roles. We will be asked to eliminate the leaders of the rebellion. Ziluan, are you ready? It's a role you should know well. The Han Dynasty is collapsing, discontent is rife, enemies within and without plot its demise. It cannot go on, something must give. The time will come when we must risk our lives and fulfill our roles as the guardians of peace. Ziluan, listen. When that time comes, you and Zhuo will become my wings.
A duty you would give your life to fulfill? Huh. To tell the truth, I've never understood that way of thinking. I mean, what good are you to your duty or anyone else if you end up dying? When he lived, my father was lauded as a saint. But now that he's gone, nobody so much as speaks his name. But I suppose we all have our own way of doing things. Who am I to say what the correct way is? Still, I wonder what Bai Luan was trying to achieve. The title, Guardian of Peace, sounds grand, sure. But what exactly do they do? Perhaps if you can untangle your past, you will find the answer.
That was a bit of a repeat of some of one of Yuanhua's Bond conversations, but I wanted to let it play anyways.
Let's see if we can catch up.
I'm ready! I'm gonna catch you!
This is a familiar sight. I remember when you first came to the village. The child we've taken in is just like you when you arrived. You were sitting there on your own, looking dazed. Your eyes were empty, as if you weren't even there. So I started chopping river rocks in half with my bare hands, just to get a reaction out of you. These children playing here know nothing of the world beyond the village. I was just like them. But not you. You wound up in our village after losing your parents to war. How could you simply forget all that and join our games? And that wasn't the half of it. You had to learn how to fight and become a guardian of peace. I couldn't begin to fathom what was in your heart, but I decided I was going to look after you anyway. Ziluan, I am proud of what I am. Proud to be a guardian of peace. And if maintaining peace means getting my hands dirty, I am ready to do just that. But when I look at these children, I can't help hoping that they won't grow up like us. Is that arrogant of me, do you think? I want us to be the end of it. The last guardians of peace. I dream of a day when the realm doesn't need people like us anymore. I don't think it's foolish to want that. And because of you, Ziluan, I think that dream might come true.
Get out of the way, Ziluan. Listen to us. It has to be done for the sake of the village.
What is this? What's going on?
Bailuan. And you're here too, Zhuo.
Does the village chief know what you're trying to do?
He does. The child they brought here is related to those rebels, the ones being hunted down by the Han. If the Han find out we're harboring the blood of traitors, we'll be considered traitors too. But Ziluan...
Ziluan. Please, just hear him out. That child...
No, stay as you are, Ziluan. Have you all forgotten our duty? We are bound to bring peace to the realm, to protect it. We are not here to serve the Han, least of all when it would require handing over an innocent child to be put to the sword.
We know that. But if we don't give them this child, every man and woman in this village will suffer the same fate.
So instead of doing what's right, you'd rather live in a world where the Han can kill anyone who disobeys them? Listen to me, all of you. There was once a hermit who helped Emperor Gaozu found the Han Dynasty. That hermit was our forefather, the original guardian of peace. His goal was to find those who possessed the right qualities and teach them how to preserve peace in the realm. It was never to submit to the whims of a dying kingdom, to slaughter the weak and those deemed enemies by virtue of their birth. The Han is in its death throes. It cannot be saved, not by us nor anyone. Now is the time to stand up against it, to fulfill our true duty as guardians of peace. We must find the hero of this age and bring peace back to this land. Come, let us talk to the chief. Together, we can decide what should be done.
He kinda has a point.
Storm clouds are gathering, and the sky is growing dark. I always knew it wouldn't end with the village's destruction. Ziluan, this is your last chance to turn back. This may sound strange coming from the one who set you on this path, but what awaits you is likely a past better left forgotten. I won't force you to do anything that you don't want to, least of all for my benefit.
So I answered in Yuanhua's long conversations with, "It will be fine," so I'll answer with the other option this time.
Now, no respectable doctor like me would ever willingly lead you astray. It's just that... well, it's more than just a doctor's good intentions that have led you to this place. Truth be told, sometimes I wonder if I've done the right thing. Perhaps it would have been better if your past had stayed forgotten. And yet, I couldn't help but try to achieve something my father never could. I thought that perhaps that I could finally claim to have surpassed my father, The man they called a
I'm
saint.
just gonna skip this. I've
the
showed
end.
it already.
Ziluan, you did well to stand up against them. It took some convincing, but the chief finally agreed that our decision was the correct one. We saved the child's life, but now comes the hard part. We must fool the Han and convince them the child does not exist. If he were to be found here, the village would be in great danger. And of course you know that not everyone was happy with what you did. But listen, Ziluan. This was not a mistake. I have been preparing for this moment. It simply arrived sooner than I had expected. It is time to begin our mission. We must find the hero of the age, a man to whom we can pledge our support. Zhuo, Ziluan, will you lend me your strength and become my wings?
You didn't need to call us here for that. I've already decided. The three of us are going to make our dream of peace come true.
I believe it. With the strongest warriors in the village at my side, I know we can succeed. But promise me, both of you. Once you have found the hero of the age, you must tell me. Then together, we will give him our support and build a new world of peace.
Ziluan. Thank you. I was frozen, unsure what to do. It seems I was more constrained by the village and its regulations than I had thought. This is the true face of the village's strongest warrior, who has reaped the ambitions of so many. How weak I am compared to you. Surprised? You didn't expect me to admit to any weaknesses, I bet. But I feel like I can tell you now, because I know I can trust you. Your ancestors lived outside both the rules of the village and the reign of the Han. I've been told they were a proud people. The truth is, there was never any reason to tie yourself to the village. You always had the means to leave. You have the freedom to fly far, far away from this place. Wherever your destiny might lead you. I want to go on that journey with you, and Bailuan too. Into a world of peace, where we can all soar free.
Bailuan, we've confirmed that the invaders are government forces. They already have the village completely surrounded.
How? What happened to our scouts? And even if they have somehow discovered the child's existence, how did they mobilize so quickly?
An informant. Perhaps someone who disagreed with the position you took.
You mean a traitor in the village? Someone rebelling against my decision?
You all need to run. I'll buy us some time.
Zhuo, you can't...
Please, Bailuan. Look after Ziluan. He was never just a stray we took in. He's so much more precious than that. Now listen. I am the strongest fighter in this village, and you two will only get in my way. Do not try to follow me. You have to live, Ziluan. Live, and create the world we dreamed of.
Zhuo, wait! Foolish girl! Ziluan, after her! I cannot fly with only one of my wings. We have to save her!
Zhuo, entrusted you with her dream. She knew she would never be able to realize that dream. Yet she believed you would make it come to pass. Perhaps my father believed something similar. But Zhu has survived, and she appeared before you. Does that mean... No. It couldn't. Things are drawing to a close, Ziluan. And I will be at your side until the end.
Alright, that's it for all the Bond conversations. I'll probably name this video something like the finale, but I will combine all the others' videos into one video. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.